How to format dialogue.
Before we begin, please understand that the U.S. standard for formatting dialogue differs from the UK standard. We have one request.
Please consider using the U.S. standard.
It may feel wrong to use the U.S. standard, but much like an artist singing in the American accent, it offers the least amount of stress. Whichever you choose, be consistent.
Reasons to use the U.S. standard.
As with most things in the U.S., the pattern is uncomplex. The pattern is widely used. It's not very jarring.
What is a dialogue tag?
A dialogue tag is a verb used to indicate spoken word. It often tells us how it is spoken. Here are some dialogue tags.
Said, cried, screamed, whispered, grumbled, mumbled, murmured, yelled, confessed, insisted, admitted, teased,
and so on. Note that laughed and chuckled are not dialogue tags. Dialogue tags are very useful in depicting emotion and can be very handy in helping to show rather than tell.
How to format dialogue.
We recommend double quotes for active dialogue and single quotes for thought or dialogue within dialogue. Dialogue is typically formatted as follows.
He said, "Oh, hi, how are you?"
Beginning.
"Oh, hi," he said. "How are you?"
Middle.
"Oh," he said. "Hi, how are you?"
Middle.
"Oh, hi, how are you?" he asked.
End.
She hesitated. "Well, I suppose I can go." Jim shouted, "Hi, how are you?"
Beginning. Capitalize the first word. Capitalize the first word of the dialogue. All punctuation inside the quotes. Good for showing emotion before words are spoken.
"Hi," Jim said. "How are you?"
Middle. Used when separating independent clauses. Comma after the dialogue, period after the dialogue tag. Good for slowing dialogue or showing hesitation.
"Oh," Jim said. "Hi, how are you?"
Middle. Used when separating dependent clauses. Comma after the dialogue, comma after the dialogue tag. Good for showing hesitation or emphasis. For example,
"Because," Jim said, "I don't like eggs." "Hi, how are you?" Jim asked.
end.
"Follow me," he said.
End. Comma after the dialogue, period after the dialogue tag. Good for surprise dialogue. For example,
"You can't leave yet," a voice announced.
pay close attention to capitalization. All sentences start with a capital.
Quiz.
Which dialogue is formatted properly? A.
"Why don't you stay here?" he asked. "The weather is great."
B.
"I'd love to go," she said, "but I can't."
C.
He laughed. "That's not gonna happen." Answer?
B. Correction for A.
"Why don't you stay here?" he asked. "The weather is great."
A. Correction for C.
He said with a laugh, That's not going to happen.
C.
Laugh is not a dialogue tag.